How's it going, everybody? This is Dustin with Team Conti Sim Performance with a race run replay for Bristol, week 4 of Truck Season 2. We'll get right at it, and as we start showing these laps, this is just coming off pit road here, getting up to speed to start a run. So as we run these laps, I want to point out one major change that I'm noticing here with Bristol this time around, and that is that the top lane they seem to have removed some grip from the top. So it's not, I don't think it's going to be just a bail on the bottom and get up there. Um, but what that is going to do is making passes, you may be able to clear them easier. But if you cannot and you get stuck side by side with somebody, the top is so much lower now that you'll just be the roadblock for everybody behind you. So um, clear passes quickly and efficiently, of course, without destroying your tires in the process. The setup does start out a little snug. You have to protect the front tires as much as you can, your right front. Take care of it. Once it starts to grip up, you can have moments of over rotation there. Um, the main point that I find throughout this run, um, you'll see it as the run goes on. There's a lot of grip right down next to the yellow line. So laps I miss it, it's a little tougher to maintain speed. I'm also abusing tires, trying to get the thing to rotate. That said, here in 1 and 2, you can carry a lot of speed and float off the bottom a little more center to exit than you can in 3 and 4. It's a lot more forgiving in terms of the snap loose at exit of 2 than it is out of 4, with that banking transition. The higher you get up there on that exit, the more it's going to want to snap out of 4. So as this run goes on, I believe this run started on lap 98. Yep. So we're 10 laps in now. You'll see that the truck really comes in, and the lap times, the consistency will really start showing it. Able to just wrap that bottom pretty well on both ends. It's easy to make a mistake into 1. You may notice that I'm completely out of the throttle at that there's kind of a little hump and then a dip on the bottom entering turn 1. That'll really upset the truck if you have throttle in it. It's smoother if you enter below it, but you have to slow it down a little more, which means lifting a little earlier to keep it down on the yellow. If you arc it in just a little bit, I'm not suggesting arc it, but like, turn 3 at Charlotte, but it'll put you in the swale, but it'll be easier to hold the bottom. So that was lap 15. We're still running 6s. This point in the run, it really rotates the center of 3 and 4 really well without getting unstable. It just hugs that line, and you can really bite that line on exit. Nice, good, strong, straight exit. Starting lap 20 here. Balance wise, once the front tires got a little heat in them, they started turning. Um, about lap 4 or 5. Balance really doesn't change. Feels pretty neutral throughout. You do eventually notice a little bit of forward bite, um, loss of forward bite later in the run. But it's very manageable. Still running sevens. Really pay attention to how you apply throttle here. If you light switch it, you will burn your right rear off. You can see I'm out of the throttle and then rolling back into it. No light switch back in. Coming out of the throttle maybe a little too quick. I could start my lift earlier, roll out a little slower. But you notice on the throttle application, we're not coming into the throttle and then ever coming back out. It's just a pick up throttle and then you should be applying. If you get to a point where you find yourself coming back out of the gas exit, likely what's happening there is you're just picking up too much throttle too soon. There was 30. I want to go back to just analyze just a random lap. Let's go 123. With throttle inputs. Focusing on that. Just a slow roll into it. Get it down to the bottom. Hold it. Just picking up throttle. Nice, slow, easy. Smooth. If you do anything erratic, pedals, steering, anything throughout your run, you'll notice the truck you'll spike temperatures in a tire or front rears, and it'll become very very tricky to drive until you bring that tire heat back to neutral ground. Um, Something to watch out for. If it's something that seems to be happening to you often, then it's definitely something that you are doing with your inputs that is causing that reaction. So study the tape, study G61, and find what it is you're doing that is causing that issue. Otherwise, tires here I was about 3% more worn on the right rear than right front after uh, this run, and temperatures were very very close as well. So had another run done on this setup earlier by Zach Rinker. Thank you for that. James Holzer, thank you as well. Um, Zach's tires at the end of end of 40 were dead even on this setup. He was 87, 87 on the rights with a 262, 260 temps. So there's a lot that you can do to affect how the truck is going to drive throughout a run. By the end of James's run on this same setup, he was quite a bit more worn on the right rear, but he's a little more aggressive on the throttle exit mainly. So keep that in mind. Yeah, I'm looking at it now. Actually, James was 8% more worn on the right rear on this same setup. So where one driver wore even, another driver wore loose. Those two have already gotten together and discussed it in G61. Those tools are available to you. If they are available to you, then I suggest you use them. And uh, the corrections are already being made in terms of those driver inputs. So, um, wish you the best this week. I think we'll be pretty strong as usual here at Bristol, and look forward to hearing and seeing how well y'all do. Appreciate you choosing us. If you have any questions, feel free to always reach out, and we'll catch you this week.